Hello everybody! My name is Miss Harkins, and if you don't know me, I am the art and music teacher at Warfield Elementary. Today we are going to do an art lesson, and I'm very excited about this project I have for you. You don't need very many materials at all. All you're going to need is a sheet of paper. I'm going to be using a blank sheet of computer paper, but if you don't have that, a lined sheet of paper works just fine, or a legal pad works just fine, or you could even just use the back of something lying around. That's fine with me. You're also going to need a pencil or a pen. Black would be best, or what I'm going to be using, which is a Sharpie. You've got a couple different options for Sharpies. This is a fine point Sharpie. It looks like this. It's got like a little felt tip. But I'm going to be using an ultra fine point, almost like a pen. And it's got a really fine tip like that. All right, today we are going to be working with the element of pattern. Ooh. Pattern in art is just the repetition of an element in a work. And that just means the repetition of something in a piece of art, something that repeats over and over. And we're going to have lots of repetition today because we are going to make these really cool things called Zentangle. A Zentangle is an abstract picture created using patterns. For example, you might be able to tell that this is a crab or a cat, but instead of using realistic detail, the artist repeats patterns over and over again to create something timeless and different. Today we're going to create Zentangles using our hands. So let's check out the steps. So this project is actually really easy to do. All you're going to need is to take your writing tool and draw a straight line across the top of your paper. Then write in our vocabulary word of the day, which is pattern. P-A-T-T-E-R-N. And then the definition. The definition of pattern is the repetition of an element in a work. The element we're going to repeat today is line, and you're going to see that in a minute. So our template for our Zentangle today is just going to be our hand. So you're just going to need to put your hand on your paper and trace it with your writing tool. Understand that this really doesn't have to be perfect. Your fingers don't have to be perfect little rounded edges or anything like that. But if you are using a pencil, you could always erase if you don't like what you get. For me, I'm not too worried about it, so I'm just going to go around all my edges and down. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my lines go all the way off my paper, and if I miss any spots, I'll just fill them in first. Just like that. Now, before I start filling in my Zentangle with all sorts of crazy patterns, I need to separate it into some sections. I like to think of my fingers as each being different sections for the Zentangle. So I'm going to take some lines, make them curvy lines, and divide each of my fingers into different sections. Just like this.
Max Johnson, can the office, you'll be leaving. Max Johnson.
Next, I'll divide some parts of the bigger part of my hand. Maybe one here, and let's do another one here. There's no right or wrong way. You can have as many or as few sections as you like. Now I'm ready. All I have to do now is fill in each different section with a different cool pattern. This might be a good time to take a piece of paper and practice drawing out all the different patterns you can think of, like just dotted or crisscross, diagonal, zigzag lines, swirls. This is going to be a checkerboard if I keep working on it, kind of like this. If you need some, you can feel free to make up all you want, all sorts of different patterns you want. If you want some inspiration, you can always use the internet, which you're on now. Just Google Zentangle patterns. That's Z-E-N-T-A-N-G-L-E. Zentangle patterns, and you can see all sorts of cool stuff. I might have a pattern that starts with a circle and then it's going to have little lines that go around it. All sorts of different patterns, just something that you're going to repeat inside your little sections. So I'll go back to my hand and I might start here with a dotted pattern. So I'm just going to fill up this section with dots. Just like that. Now I can pick a new pattern and go to a different section of my hand. I might do a zigzag pattern on this finger. Just do zigzags all up and down the finger, all going in the same direction because I'm repeating this element of a zigzag line. I'm going to go up and fill the whole hand, the whole finger with my new pattern. Every time I get to a new section, I'm going to switch to a different pattern until the hand is completely full and I've created an abstract drawing of a hand that's totally unique and different. So all I have to do is fill in all my sections. And that's it. I hope you have as much fun making your Zentangle as I had making mine. Be sure somewhere near the bottom that you put your name. And whatever day we have school next, just turn it in your homeroom teacher. If you have any questions about the project, I'll be on Edmodo all day long, so feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.